Now, Shout co-founders Danny K and Kabelo have created another emergency shout-out. And this time, it's for ordinary South Africans and corporates to contribute towards buying safe, proper masks for frontline heroes such as healthcare workers in the fight against COVID-19. Now, the initiative is called SHOUT4MASKS, and Danny K joins us now via Skype. Danny, good morning, and thanks for speaking to us here on Morning Live.
Thank you. Morning to your viewers.
Danny, if you could just start out by just telling us a little bit more about SHOUT4MASKS and also how you came up with this particular initiative.
Look, I think there's so many inspirational South African corporates, South African NGOs, and as the Shout Foundation, we wanted to make a contribution to the situation we find ourselves in. And one of the areas we felt we could contribute is providing our frontline heroes that are putting their lives at risk every day, very often without very essential and critical protective gear like medical grade masks. So we began this drive called SHOUT4MASKS with that exact purpose in mind, to just allow the public to donate, and then for the Shout Foundation to in turn give our frontline workers these masks.
And Danny, where will you be sourcing the masks from? Because we understand, that there is a shortage of protective gear. So where will you be sourcing it?
So we had to work really hard at the value chain of not only making these masks available, but making them affordable. Because, very often you look around, these masks are trading at inflated prices, and we wanted the South African public's money to go far in purchasing these packs of masks. So if you go to our website, you'll see that our hospital pack, as we're calling it, is only 100 Rand and comprises of 2 medical grade N95 equivalent masks and 5 surgical 3-ply masks, which is enormous value. And the reason we've been able to do that is because our partner in SHOUT4MASKS, this wonderful company called SMD Technologies, is securing these masks from factories around the world and adding, most importantly, zero markup on these masks. So we are essentially getting them from factories at cost pricing, and then allowing the public to buy them at those prices, and then, as I said, in turn give them to our healthcare professionals.
Now, Danny, I understand you would also like to put a challenge to your fellow musicians and celebrities. Tell us about that challenge.
Yeah, look, I guess the Shout Foundation has always leveraged off of our influencers. So anyone out there who's, you don't even have to be famous. I think you just have to have some influence in your own community, your own family. Put the challenge out there and say, look, I donated 100 Rand to these heroes and heroines on the front lines. Do the same. Put it on your Instagram. Use the hashtag, or your Twitter. Use the hashtag SHOUT4MASKS. And we really want to spread this virally and raise as much money as we can to try and flatten this curve and get South Africa back in business. I think that is our objective. And to corporate South Africa, we have a challenge for you too. We have 3 wonderful packages, silver, gold, and platinum, on the site, ranging from 10 to 250,000 Rand. We've sold a few of those already. And we'd like to put the challenge out there to you to go and get a Section 18A certificate and raise some money for our frontline workers.
And just finally, Danny, have people already started donating, and how much do you ultimately hope to raise?
So, yeah, people absolutely have. The response has been really astonishing. I think in the first 48 hours, we raised just north of 500,000 Rand for this cause, and we'll start procuring our masks and our first purchases next week. How big? I guess the sky's the limit. It depends how South Africa gets behind us. We're just providing the platform and trying, to use our influence and be active citizens. That's really the spirit of what Shout for a Safer South Africa is when it began 10 years ago. And we're appealing to South Africa to support it. We're a non-profit. We make no money off of this drive. It's really to just contribute.
Well, Danny, thank you so much for your time this morning. Danny K talking to us about his and Kabelo Mabalane's latest initiative, SHOUT4MASKS, in which they intend to buy safe, proper masks for frontline heroes of the fight against COVID-19. And of course, for more, as he said, you can go to their website, shout4masks.co.za.